Please introduce yourself first.
Yeah, my name is Austin Wood,
Okay,
and,
Austin.
and thank you for this wonderful space. It's been educative. The point I want to add is I disagree with the assertions made by earlier speakers that one, we should involve parliament and executive influence, and even someone cited they just released dissenting opinion of Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu in the Asifua case. You see, we are also try, um, are we oblivious of the fact that the reverse can also be true? That if a chief justice commits the crimes that warrants his or her removal, the executive who wants to keep that chief justice can also manipulate the system to also keep them. Because you see, let's not think that we would have the eighth parliament again in the foreseeable future, 147, 147. So if the executive, right, has the majority in parliament, and it will be difficult for somebody to get the two-thirds, how do you remove a chief justice who's committed those crimes when the executive wants to keep that chief justice? Same way we believe the executive can manipulate the current system to remove them. When we introduce the two-thirds from parliament thing, for example, if the executive also wants to keep a chief justice who's committed crimes, they would keep that chief justice, and that will not benefit us as Ghanaians. Two, I believe that the current system is okay. The president or the executive cannot influence it. The reason I am saying this is when the thing goes to the president, the petition, we have the Council of State, right, having determined the prima facie with the president. Are we saying that the Council of State, the eminent Ghanaians, which even would include a former Chief Justice and all those people, will be remote controlled? Over 30 people, prominent Ghanaians, will be remote controlled? Okay, that would happen. Move to the final phase where the president appoints a committee of 5, who by the constitution have to be Supreme Court judges. We are undermining the judiciary, thinking that you see, if you want to protect the integrity of the judiciary, it is the chief justice who makes up the judiciary. Immediately you say the executive can influence it, you have already undermined the 2 Supreme Court justices who are going to be on. And that is undermining the integrity of the judiciary. Are we saying that the 2 Supreme Court justices don't have integrity, would look at facts presented and twist it to suit the executive? If that can happen, then we don't need to have a judiciary or practice democracy in the first place. On that as well, if you look at the current committee, the 5, put aside the 2 Supreme Court justices who are mandated to be part by the law. The 3 is a former Auditor General. Are we undermining his integrity? What has he done that he will not be fair to a process? We have a military officer. Look at the discipline military officers have. Why are we attacking his integrity without any shred of evidence? We have a professor from Ghana's premier university. Aren't we attacking him when we have no basis to attack? Has anybody shown anywhere that the 3 others don't have integrity, and that when the facts are presented before them, they will skew it against a chief justice? Let's say it gets to a point they have to vote. We don't believe in the integrity of the other 3 because they are civilians, which I don't believe in. Or the president can choose Austin Wood, who will do his bidding, and Noah Damte or another person who will do their bidding. The only change I would want is the 5 should all be Supreme Court justices. Because the judiciary have integrity. The judiciary have integrity, and we have to respect that. Now, I trust the integrity of the judiciary than parliament. I trust the integrity of the judiciary to maintain the processes, fair processes in 146 than parliament, which is a partisan institution. So for me, 146 is okay. There is nothing wrong with it. The only problem people will have is maybe it gets to voting with a 5-member committee and the 3 would vote over the Supreme Court justices. If that is our fear, then maybe if we are changing that committee, that it should be all Supreme Court, or all the members should be Supreme Court justices, not just 2. I think that is where maybe I would agree. But now are we even if we agree to that, we're also saying that it is only judges who have integrity in Ghana, and that we cannot find other people to sit on a committee who would be fair to the processes. Then what democracy are we building if we can't have people with integrity? What democracy are we building? How are we even sure that Parliament and the politicians have integrity and that they would be fair to the process? NDC currently have 2 tests. If this thing had gone the way we are saying, they would have still removed it. If the thinking is NDC wants to remove it because they have 2 tests. So when that happens, then another person say, okay, let's move the 2 tests from Parliament from it and introduce something else. No, I disagree. I disagree to that. That is my view. Thank you.